Bitte Platz nehmen, anschnallen und gehen auf das Spielfeld. Noch eine Minute bis zum Ende des Monats. The first match today between Sweden and Russia.
Hello and a warm welcome to the fifth and final day's play here at the Indoor Hockey World Cup from Leipzig in Germany. It's the all-important classification matches now, and playing for fifth and sixth place, it's Sweden versus Russia. So Sweden, who are the highest ranked team here, 17th. And 7th in the European rankings. They've never appeared in an Indoor Hockey World Cup before, and now the worst they can finish is 6th place. What a tournament for them. Replace France at the 2015 Indoor Hockey World Cup. And Johan Bjorkman, their star player to look out for. He has 10 goals already for the Swedes. They play in all yellow, and their opponents today, Russia, who who are ranked third, and so they've had a relatively disappointing tournament. When you look at those stats. Here's how they line up. Starting five: Kosterov, Likov, Dmitry Volkov, the captain, Dmitry Nikitin, and Roman Rogov will start in goal for Russia. Rogov playing his fourth Indoor World Cup. Also in the squad, Nokrusov also plays his fourth. So can the Russians finish strong? The highest they can finish, 5th place. Both coaches offering their final tips and advice to their side. 2 periods of 20 minutes to play. There's a good look at the pitch and the arena in which we're playing in. This will be jam-packed later for both the men's and the women's finals. Germany versus Netherlands in the women's final. The Netherlands versus Austria in the men's. All that to look forward to later today.
Welcome the team from Russia.
It is Russia away to our right-hand side in the red shirts and blue shorts. Attacking that goal away to the left-hand side. They'll have pushback. And we're underway then, this 5th, 6th classification match. No medals for either of these sides. Sweden versus Russia. Sweden away to the left-hand side, defending that goal. The ball comes right across the face of goal from that early Russian attack. Picked up on the ball now by the Russians again, just trying to get past on the outside foot there. A bit predictable. Sweden then, who started with a 9-4 loss in their first game of the tournament in Pool A against Germany, the hosts. They then drew against the Czech Republic 1-1, lost 4-1 to Austria, drew 3-3 with Australia before going on to win 10-8 against Iran. At their final Pool A match, so 5 pool games in total. They then lost to the Netherlands, who are now the finalists, remember, in the quarter-final stages by 5-3. But won yesterday against Switzerland to go into the top half of those classification matches. 4-3 against Switzerland means they play Russia here for 5th and 6th. Sweden look to try and get their first serious attack of the game. And if you're serious about hockey and want to let us know, then all the details on your screen of how you can hashtag us via social media. There we go, FIH_hockey, FI Hockey, and FI Hockey on Instagram and Facebook too. Those hashtags that you need. Hashtag IWC 2015, hashtag FI Hockey, hashtag get involved. Nil-nil if you're just joining us. Sweden versus Russia, 2 minutes in. Germans who suffered that shock defeat yesterday in the semi-final against the Netherlands. It went into a shootout, which the Netherlands men went on to win. They will face Austria in this afternoon's final at 2:30 local time. Just gone 8:30 for this first game of the day. Nice lazy Sunday morning as Russia looked to open the scoring. Took a little deflection there on the way through, which made it awkward for the keeper. Could have very easily found himself out of position. Nicholas Franzen in goal for Sweden today. Might be able to hear the horde of Swedes that have travelled along with their team to support. They're just underneath us here in the commentary box. And just before the game, in fact, the Swedish team running around the arena and handing out I Love Hockey shirts, bright yellow as well, to help support Sweden here in this final match of the tournament. 2-on-2. Brought out by Bjorkman. He's their best player by far. Oh dear, not showing it there. This is Zirkov. Over on the far side is Larikov. Zirkov again. 5 goals in the tournament for him. Just pops one into Poskirov. Here is the youngster, just 19 years of age. Number 12. Keep an eye out for him throughout this game. Here he is on the ball. Just threads one into Larikov. Into the circle now. It's where the Swedes just have to guard their feet. Good defence. So 4 minutes in now, Sweden 0, Russia 0. No sign of any goals. One very easy, comfortable save for Nicholas Franzen in this first half. And as far as goals go, 344 so far in the tournament. 226 of those field goals, 103 penalty corners and 15 penalty strokes. No goals in this game as yet, though. Well, Russia, who finished 4th 4 years ago in Poznan, shoot wide here. That was the youngster Proskuryakov with the shot. Managed to give himself some room, but just couldn't fire the shot off on target. Good movement from Sweden off the ball, using those boards on the left-hand flank. There's a foul there on Mogrusov. Rather heavy-handed, in fact, from Matson, bringing Mogrusov down. Change of personnel for Russia then. That'll be Dmitry Volkov to get things started again from the right-hand side. Kostarev on this near side on the ball right now. There is the captain. Interception there. And a breakaway chance now for Bjorkman. Likov back through Kostarev. Now Volkov. That's the area to target. A little lift there. Well, must have come up off the Russian player's stick, because there was definitely some liftage off the turf, or the floor as it is. 44 meters in length and 22 meters wide. Nice slick playing surface, but the ball must stay on the ground. Don't forget, if you've missed any of the highlights from the tournament so far, you can get up to speed on the website, fih.ch. All those bronze medal games to look forward to today as well, with Austria versus the Czech Republic in the women's half of the draw. And then the bronze medal game between Germany, the defending champions, and Iran. That's at 11:30 local time, the men's bronze medal game. Don't miss that one. Bjorkman just bringing it out, and this is Hemvik. The Russians had a bit of room there. Alexander Likov not able to bring the ball under control. Changing of the guard again, and the Swedish captain comes on now, Anders Lundqvist, here on this near side wearing number 16. His teammate over on the far side, Henry Eriksson. Russian coach Vladislav Kuznetsov watching on. Good turn. Not too much stick in it as well. Just came over the top after he'd made the initial break and obstructed with his stick. Russia putting a bit of pressure here on. And Sweden eventually winning the free push to relieve a bit of pressure. Anders Eliasson on with the restart as well. And Tvist over on the left-hand channel now. Always tough games to play, these ones, these classification matches, when there's no medals up for grabs. Russia will be deflated. Either way, they finish lower than they did in Poznan 4 years ago, where they finished in 4th place. In fact, their highest ever finish at an Indoor Hockey World Cup. There's a chance to make it 1-0. Up off a Swedish stick, came up off Johan Bjorkman, so Russia will have the free push just outside the circle on the dotted line. Some defensive work here now for Sweden to do. The ball can't come directly into the circle. Does move 3 meters now. Just 9.5 minutes to play in the first half then. Sweden 0, Russia 0 if you're just joining us. No goals scored. No real shots on goal. Slightly deflected effort, which Nicholas Fransson in the Swedish goal managed to deal with. Again, a bread and butter save. Not a bad first outing for Sweden as they use the boards here. They'll get the shot off as well. Far post is open. And Bjorkman elected to go for the shot. He had his teammate Malander there over on the far post. Bjorkman just trying to crab his way out of trouble here. Sweden eventually come out and round. Now pushed back by the Russians. Good hassle from Volkov. Oh, a little break here, one-on-one at the back. Touched away by the goalkeeper, who goes down, takes one in the helmet, stays down. Might be a little time out here as the Russian goalkeeper, Roman Rogov, took a knee to the head. Good use of the boards from Sweden. There was the chance. And you can see there in acres of room, Malander over on the far post, Bjorkman electing to shoot. Good save from Rogov, but then in the follow-up shot, bit of a knee to the head, and that would have compressed his neck. Might even be his shoulder as well that might have popped out. Physio there just making sure. Let's have a closer look at it. Yeah, there's definite contact there as he goes in. It's just that knee in the head and then jars down on his left arm. Big figure of a man. Remember, he's playing his 4th ever Indoor Hockey World Cup. Seasoned veteran in the Russian goal, Roman Rogov. He's featured at every single World Cup that has taken place, and he's just getting his point across to the umpire. I don't think there was anything too malicious in that. And are the two goalies going to have to change here? Yes, they are. So Nitsin will come on for Rogov. And just to explain that if a player does receive treatment on the pitch, then they have to come off. And probably just a good thing as well, a precautionary thing as well for Rogov. Good for him, he can get his breath back. And hopefully will play some further part in this final game for Russia. Room here as Russia go in search for that first goal of the classification match now, and just look to crank it up and change the pace down the left-hand flank. Sweden will now have numbers coming forward. Zirkov managed to get those tiny little legs of his motoring back and break down the plate just on the halfway line. Russia, who got off to a winning start in the tournament, winning all 3 of their pool games to start with. Then they drew against Poland 5-5 before going on to beat the Netherlands, who are through to the final. Sweden there could have gone ahead. It was another really good chance. Fell to Mattsson, but he just seemed to take the ball back towards the direction it came from. Lovely first time ball across the face of D. Game does tend to get quite scrappy when it's down in those bottom corners. 2-on-1 for Sweden, with Bjorkman breaking there. Sees his teammate there, first time strike. Good double save from the keeper, a triple save from Nitsin, who's just come on, remember, to replace Roman Rogov. So his first call into action, a triple save from the Russian goalkeeper. Have a look at this. There's the first one. Bounces back. Left pad save and then a right glove save. Triple whammy. A little floated ball back to the baseline. Russia not done yet here. Little flick towards the goalkeeper's pads. Quickest to react is Joachim Bjorkman. Just taps it off the other end of the field. A goalless first half so far. Sweden playing Russia for 5th and 6th. The Russians will look back on that victory against the Netherlands in their final pool game. 5-4 they won that one. The Netherlands, remember now, in their first ever Indoor Hockey World Cup final. If they go on and win it, I guess you could always say that you beat the champions. Oh, almost finding a way through. Best chance of the half so far, that for Russia. Bjorkman continues his run, penalty corner because the trailing stick was interfering. So Bjorkman showing his class there, and end-to-end stuff, because Russia could have gone ahead up the other end. The counter-attack from Johan Bjorkman, who already has 10 goals in the tournament. This was the chance for Russia. Goes through the legs of the keeper and just the wrong side of the post. Catches the inside of that right kicker. Sweden have the first penalty corner of the game though. Now we're going to see our first goal of day 5. 5th and final day's play. Johan Bjorkman. Here he goes from the top of the circle. A slip flick and Sweden take the lead. Bjorkman was the decoy at the top of the D, and then smacked home by Karl Hemvik, who was the hat-trick hero yesterday when they beat the Swiss. And now Sweden lead by 1-0. Goal number 8 for Henvik in the tournament. Going on nicely, and Sweden take the lead just before half-time. Bjorkman. And just fouled off the ball outside the circle this time. Timeout called by Sweden. And there's a look back at their goal. The runners didn't get anywhere near to it in the end. They all out towards Bjorkman. Sweden changing the angle and converting the chance. There's a good look at the heart of the Swedish fans. They've been very vocal this morning. Still a little bit sleepy too. Yeah, cranks those beats up. Timeout called by Sweden. Sweden 1, Russia 0.
Inte så. Så hela tiden här, 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 här. Och när de ligger här, våga trycka upp. Okej?
Vara stark sida, se till att fötterna vänder åt rätt håll. Sätt inte någon i skiten nu, utan jobba intensivt. Rotera vi killar. Kom igen nu! Jag kommer om en minut.
Now Sweden looking to take that 1-0 lead into half-time. Just under 3 minutes left to play. We'll pick up after that timeout with a Swedish free push just outside the Russian circle. And we're back underway as we head towards half-time. Little dart down the left-hand flank from Eliasson. Brought down there. There'll be another free push. Bit of room here. Tracked back well by Proskuryakov. It's not been the highest scoring of halves in this tournament. Long old week too for these players. It's their 8th game. Sweden with no high players up the field means Russia will pick back up possession with Larikov. There's indication of the movement of what's happening off the ball. So much that you don't see necessarily from the television pictures. Away out of your screens. Players leading, pushing out wide towards the boards. There's Sweden using them. Oh, lovely bit of skill again. Bjorkman on the reverse, shoots wide. Keeper did enough to narrow the angle there. Juanitsin coming out and putting enough pressure on that shot from Johan Bjorkman, the number 10 with 10 goals in the tournament so far. Leading goal scorer in the tournament, well, there's 3 of them. Moritz Förster of Germany. Also Michael Korper of Austria. Alexander Otter of Germany, 2, also on 14 goals. All those players in action later today as well in the bronze medal game for Germany and the gold medal game for Austria. Russia looking to find a way back into this game. There's a chance. Picked up well on the reverse by Larikov. Just lost his footing a little bit. Mokrusov. Mokrusov back here at the back is another one of those Russian players that has been to every single Indoor Hockey World Cup since it started here in 2003 in Leipzig. Germans the winners on that occasion, and in Vienna. Oh, great skill. Again, the man that looks like scoring is Bjorkman. He's come close on a couple of occasions now for Sweden. Foot there inside the circle. It was Bjorkman's younger brother, actually, Joachim Bjorkman, number 5 there at the back. You'll see his older brother's chance here on the reverse. Then straight back up the other end. Great fast hands, ice hockey skills. A good save from the keeper as well, Juanitsin, but then the ball came straight back up the other end onto the foot of Joachim Bjorkman, and Russia have their first penalty corner of the game. He'll be the final player of the first half as well. So they line up with Larikov, also Zirkov there. This to level things up going in at half-time. There's a little slip, good touch from the goalkeeper. Great save from Nicholas Franzen right at the end of the first half. That means Sweden go in front with 20 minutes left to play in the second half. Goal coming from Karl Hemvik from a penalty corner. And there your half-time score. Sweden 1, Russia 0. So a short 5-minute interval now where the teams swap benches. Let's have a look back on that penalty corner from Russia. They too going for the slip option. But you saw a good stick save there. Have another look at it from that angle. Great save from Nicholas Franzen. His first real contribution to the game. And their confirmation too of Karl Hemvik's goal on 17 minutes. Sweden 1, Russia 0. We'll be back with all the second half action shortly.
Да, вот для этого паса. Соответственно, этот уходит на вершинку. Ребят, ну пас надо отдавать быстро. Иначе вот стоит чуть-чуть заждать, все. Поезд уходит, они хорошо перекрывают. Но они медленные. Если в одно касание это делать, он пройдет. Бьоркман стоит здесь, поэтому в эту назад сброс не надо. Лучше вдоль ворот сильно или на вершину. Пройдет этот пас. Сейчас, ребят, выходим, сидим и ждем свою атаку. Так же, как... Да, малого. Димка, постарайся войти и бросить в дальний угол. Ходи и бросай. Ты же можешь в ноги ему засандалить. Если он переложится сильно в ноги. Сань, Дима, если с этой стороны пойдет, ходи вот сюда.
När vi sticker härifrån så sticker vi hit.
Precis.
Det räcker. Ja, men det räcker. Ibland räcker det att sticka hit.
Nej.
Om bollen kommer här.
Om bollen går ner där, så gör vi den löpningen. Så, och rätt in på mål. Inte dit, utan rätt in på mål. Precis som Jocke gjorde sitt mål. Han sticker tillbaka förra matchen typ. Jag får den här spelaren lätt in Jocke. Jocke kommer bakom sin back, han har inte en aning var han är. Lägger in upp ett mål. Det gäller bara att fortsätta nu. Det gäller bara att fortsätta.
Nu som är forward. När han får bollen här, det jobbet är så jävla viktigt. För att de söker den mitten hela tiden. Så in och lås där. Hellre än att chansa och låsa den tycker jag.
Vi måste pendla.
Welcome back to the coverage of the Indoor Hockey World Cup. It's the 5th and final day, and we are in the classification stages of the tournament. Focusing on this game here between Sweden and Russia. Russia away to the left in the red kit, Sweden in the all-yellow, and Sweden have the lead at half-time. They lead by 1-0. A goal coming from Carl Hemvik on 17 minutes. Sweden will have the pushback in the second half. There we go then, just the 1 goal on the board. 20 minutes left to play. Sweden and Russia battle it out for 5th spot. The bronze medal games to look forward to later today as well as the finals. Nice lazy start to their Sunday mornings, 9 AM local time. Teams will have been up from around 6 o'clock-ish this morning getting prepped for this game, their final game of the tournament. It's going to be the best ever showing from the Swedes. They've never even been to an Indoor Hockey World Cup before. They replaced France in this tournament, and they've delivered the goods. The worst they can finish is 6th. Didn't feature in the 3 previous Indoor Hockey World Cups in Leipzig, Vienna and Poznan. Tournaments which Germany won on every single occasion. The Germans bronze the best they can do this year, having lost to the Netherlands yesterday. Battled their way back to 4-4 before dramatically getting knocked out in the shootout stages, losing the shootout by 2-1. Russia trying to get one back here then. Good stick skills. There's Spichkovsky. Just kept worming his way through. There's the interception. There was the shot. Shot coming in from Likov. Sweden again attacking this goal to our left-hand side. They'll build up their play with Joakim Bjorkman. Have your say on everything hockey at FIH_hockey. Instagram, Facebook as well there with FI Hockey as that shot goes towards the far post, but no one on the far post. Came in from Eriksson. It's Rogov who's back on, having taken a bit of a knock in the first half. Oh dear, that was some sloppy goalkeeping. And after a great save in the first half from Nicholas Franzen, he's teed that one up on a plate for the Russians, and Russia get their equaliser. Sweden won, Russia won. Well, that was the easiest of goals in the end for the Russians. Spichkovsky with the goal, his 5th of the tournament. The keeper won't want to watch that one back too many times. Just attempted to try and kick it away and couldn't. What do you think about it? As we said, get in touch via social media. Those are the sort of bread and butter saves you expect your goalkeeper to save, those ones. 1-1, so an early goal for Russia. Sets up another exciting finish to this game. Just over 16.5 minutes left to play in the final game for both these two teams. Let's have a look back at this goal. Here the keeper just doesn't get enough on it. Hardly anything, in fact. His left kicker getting stuck on the ground there. And on hand to poach that goal home was Sergei Spichkovsky. They won't score many goals easier than that. Bjorkman with the shot. Rogov with the save. Lifted inside the circle, came up off Joakim Bjorkman's stick. It'll be a second penalty corner of the game then, and Russia with a chance here to take the lead. Penalty corner setup, always one of the areas where you can look to extend your goal tally. And the Russians have Proskuriakov on the very top of the circle. He's the number 12. The defence here have to get their bodies in front of the ball to try and deny them scoring. So Russia to take a 2-1 lead. Proskuriakov, oh, they couldn't stop it. Missed trap at the top of the circle. Surkov gathers, and over on the far side is Karulin. The ball down the boards. Bjorkman, save. I'm just starting to stretch a little bit here now. Russia inside the circle, they shoot and score. A little deflected effort. Proskuriakov coming in. Zerkov there as well, and it was lifted, that first shot. So the goal won't stand. Lifted in before the deflection. We should be able to analyse that in one of our slow-mos in a minute. We'll get a better look at it. But both the umpires conferring there. Goal won't stand. Remains Sweden 1, Russia 1. Let's have a look back on that one. Going to be a card here for drilling. I don't think the umpire even needed to get his card out. Now, where did this shot come from? Outside? Yeah, just outside and lifted. You could tell by the reaction from the Swedish players. Good save as Sweden to look to take the lead here again. That shot coming in from Mattsson. Another good save from Rogov. Took a knee to the head in the first half. Back on in the second. Sweden again. This their best passage of play in the second half. Can they convert? Better ball speed. Almost handball-esque as they work the edge of that circle. Here's a chance. Double chance. Triple chance, shot wide. Well, every single time it fell to the Swedish captain. The goalie was on hand to deny him. So Lundqvist with the chances, a triple chance here. Let's analyse it from above. There was the first, swept away onto the reverse stick shot. Again, and then the final one, shot wide of that left post as we look at it. Oh, and it creeps in. Up the other end, Russia have taken the lead through Spichkovsky. It's Sweden 1, Russia 2. Spichkovsky getting his second goal of this game. The Swedish captain could have scored up the other end and then got himself into a real pickle here. Good little lob in from Spichkovsky. Keeper off his line. Spichkovsky just pops it in the near post there. And well, the Swedish captain takes a seat. Sweden 1, Russia 2. Spichkovsky with his second. Don't expect Sweden to give up the ghost here just yet. Still a long way to go in this one. Melander. It's Bjorkman on the far side. Back to Melander. Eriksson. Just coming in and filling that channel on the left. Rotation up front. And Bjorkman the target. Good interception. Oh dear. Given away. Let's have a look at this goal. Drawing the keeper out. Here's the little flick. Creeps in near post. Oh, so frustrating as a player when you concede those ones. Anders Lundqvist would have thought he had that covered. 10 minutes left to play in the second half. Russia lead for the first time in the game. Both their goals coming from Sergei Spichkovsky. That after Karl Hemvik put Sweden ahead on 17 minutes. This is Volkov, the captain, back through Kostarev. Likov. Alexander Likov, the Russian number 8, 7 goals in the tournament for him. Looks for the 1-2 pass, intercepted. So plenty more hockey to look forward to today as well, with the bronze medal games coming up on this pitch from 10 o'clock. In the women's half of the draw, it's Austria versus the Czech Republic. That starts at 10 a.m. Oh, chance there. Almost fell again for Spichkovsky. Remember, he already has 2 goals in the game. Don't think he was expecting this one to come through. So yeah, just about 45 minutes to go until that first of the bronze medal games. The women in action. Austria versus the Czech Republic. Oh, ball across the face of goal again. Good pick up from Zerkov. One-on-one here. Just dropped his shoulder, but it was good channeling from the Swedish defender on that occasion. Zerkov then obstructing after he tried to get his way around the Swedish defender. So Sweden again from the back. Trail here by 2-1. Tried to play the ball on the turn and swivel there. How'd that work out for you? Mokrusov. Now Proskurov. Oh dear, almost an own goal from Larikov. Shot coming from inside the D from Johan Bjorkman. Russia with numbers over here. They'll take the shot. Great save from the goalkeeper, Nicholas Franzen. Oh, nothing he could do about the follow-up. Drawn out of position from that initial save, which was a goodie. And Proskurikov adds a third for Russia. So with 7 minutes to play, it's Sweden 1, Russia 3.
The next goal for Russia, scored by number 2,
Let's have a look at the goal. That was a great save initially, but then again, Swedish defence not on hand to help their goalkeeper out really. And an open goal. Mokrusov credited with the goal. Yevgeny Mokrusov, the Russian number 2, his 4th goal of the tournament. Important defensive touch from Kostarev at the back. Took it across the baseline, just in front of his goalkeeper, Rogov. 6 minutes left to play. Russia in control here. 3-1 up. And as you'd expect, Sweden taking their goalkeeper off at this stage now. With under 6 minutes left to play, they'll probably conclude this game with all outfield players. 5 against Russia's 4. So 2 goals for Spichkovsky, 1 for Makrusov. Russia are almost there. No medals up for stake, unfortunately. And if Russia were to finish 5th, that's exactly where they finished in 2007 in the Indoor World Cup there in Vienna. 9th in their first ever appearance in Leipzig here in 2003. And their best ever performance, a 4th in Poznan 4 years ago. Under 5 to play. Sweden need 2 goals to take this one to a shootout. Saw that spectacular shootout between Germany and Netherlands yesterday. The defending champions, Germany, beaten by Austria, and Austria will play in the final. Sorry, Netherlands will play in the final against Austria later today, the last game of the tournament. 2:30, the men's final, Netherlands versus Austria. Sweden trying to get themselves back into this game. Can't afford a turnover of possession. They've got a bit more space there down the right-hand side. Russia defending well there, remember, with just 4 outfield players to Sweden's 5. And the danger here is if Russia can keep a player high, they might be able to get a counter-attack goal with Sweden not having their goalkeeper in place. An impressive turnout from the Swedes. The umpire just coming over. I think he's given Bjorkman the card. There's some confusion out there as to whether this is a timeout call. Yeah, it is a timeout, but I think the green card shown to Joachim Bjorkman just before that, he'll receive a 1-minute sin bin. Takes his place in the sin bin.
Войти в пустые ворота бросить. Все. Пятерки. Тогда давайте четверку, ребят, выходим до этого. Лара, Лара. Смотри, вот сюда,
So 3:49 left on the clock. Sweden trailed by 3-1 to Russia. Sweden also a player down as well for the next minute, with Joachim Bjorkman in the sin bin. Green card shown. Can only presume that was for some chat back to the umpire. Nothing physical. Good save again from the keeper. Bounce back into the defender though after that save from Franzen. And Russia will have their 3rd penalty corner of the game. Well, a goal here would finish things. Makrusov, scorer of the 3rd goal, goes to the injection spot. Proskurikov at the top of the D. Nothing to add to his account. Comes his way, takes the flick, good save from Franzen. Was out fast, reacted quickly. And the umpire's going to stop time here as well. There's a bit of moisture just in front of where the goalkeeper's gone down on one knee. Let's have a look back on the penalty corner in the meantime. Good left slide and then contact with the right knee pad. Yeah, I think just some of the sweat from the goalkeeper's pads and kit that he's got on there dripping onto the floor, and more a safety measure that. Not sure that's in the job description for the officials down there. Sweden back up to full numbers. Final 2.5 minutes. Keeper comes off again for Sweden. They bring back on Eriksson at the back. In that grey shirt, takes up the goalkeeping duties. Sweden really need to drill home this advantage. There's the ball across the circle and good defending from Russia off penalty corner. Conceded by Mokrusov, and that is just what Sweden need. A goal here to take it to 3-2. Then another firework finish. Could see Sweden easily level before full time. They have to score here though. Penalty corner number 2 for the Swedes. Bjorkman at the top of the circle. Bjorkman with the injection. Bjorkman with the flick and the post. Still not over. Second phase play. Sweden shoot wide, and it remains Sweden 1, Russia 3. Rogov beaten on that occasion by that first flick from Bjorkman. There it is, hitting the framework, right in the joint. Oh, what a shame. Great flick. Keeper was beaten, defence were beaten. Wrong side of the metalwork. 1 minute left to play. Still possible here. Sweden must score here though. Penalty corner again. And they may just run out of time. The corner will be played within those 40 seconds. But I don't think that's going to give them enough time to get 2 goals. They prepare themselves. Russia can take all 20 of those seconds. Well, they're entitled to. They don't have to get ready. Great save. Keeper ready at that time. Final few seconds of this game then. Sweden impressive in the tournament. They came in ranked 17th. They finished 6th. And Russia beating them here for that 5th spot. The full-time score. Sweden 1, Russia 3. So the Russians disappointed to have finished 5th. Coming into the tournament ranked 3rd. But they equal their finish in Vienna when they finished 5th in 2007. For Sweden, a moment in history, finishing their first ever Indoor Hockey World Cup. Not in the medals, but a very impressive 6th place. The women's bronze medal game will be the next game of the day. Austria versus the Czech Republic in just about half an hour's time. Their confirmation of the full-time score. Sweden going ahead on 17 minutes through Hemvik. The Russians coming back into it and getting 3 goals of their own. The final score here. Sweden 1, Russia 3.